This is where we start. Now, this is my other Facebook page for my mystic studies. From a black gorilla, what you should know about Obama's true identity. Real date of birth is 6/6/1966, and the ceremony is commemorated in the movie called Rosemary's Baby. I gotta prove that to y'all. His conception was portrayed in Demon Seed as a computer human byproduct. I gotta show y'all what they talking about. His remaining story was Damien, son of a jackal. I gotta show y'all what I'm talking about. The jackal was Anubis, ruler of the region where modern-day Kenya is located. His father was from Kenya. Obama's father was a king in Kenya. Why? Because all rulers have to be royal bloodlines, even in modern politics. All of this is known. None of this is a secret, nothing I just said. The only thing that you never related it to was Barack Obama. Now, I got to tell you what make me know all this, right? Now, first thing is to tell you how I know this. And let's go through a couple of things. Let's see where we at with this. The first thing, let me go here. Let me see what this does. I want you to see is this. Whenever you see the resurrection of Osiris as Horus, you will always see Anubis, the jackal. Make no mistake about it. You can't have one without the other. And I'm going to tell you why. Anubis is educated by Thoth. Heru, Horus, the resurrected son, the widow's son, is educated by Thoth. Right? They are brothers in the story. Right? They brothers. Now look behind them, you see the scarab. Now remember yesterday, the scarab came up on Obadiah's feed for me when I went through Jillian's post looking at things and I bumped into it. Then I ran here and found the winged scarab with the disc over his head just like that. But there was no two serpents on the disc. Clue. I might have to find two snakes in this. Now, understanding that you can't have the Redeemer unless you have the Destroyer. Because if one is stopped, the other one must be successful. Now, what it looked like in our 3D realm when both of them are present, each one of them take turns counseling, right? But that's just what it looked like. This is called 3 knocks. That's what that is. So you have the Destroyer give him a knock, the mortal man give him a knock, and then you have the Redeemer give him a knock. Because this time we reading right for left in English. Destroyer is the first one to wake him up. Destruction. That's when you first start your alchemical process. But we're not going to get into the metaphysics of it. We're going to get into the 3D enactment of it based off the reflection of the metaphysics and how it play out in our world. So, being the widow's son, the resurrected Osiris as his son Horus, there has to be somebody for Horus to use as a mirror. So he had the man, which was Tupac, right? Who was King Tut, which I can show y'all that on another time. And the other brother, which was Anubis. Now, there has to be some kind of simulation to Anubis in order for the Obama thing to even match. So the first thing I got to do is look at the first statement I made about Obama on the feed. So let's go back to the first thing I made. The birth certificate. Now, in order for me to be able to see, who Barack Obama is, break from the motherfucking bondage and servitude. So this is how you do it. Their system is done. You have to already know that, because it's already written that when we wake up, their system is done. So I'm woke than a motherfucker. See, when they asked me red pill or blue pill, I fucked around and took them both. Now I'm wide the fuck awake in the matrix. Right? So now, this infinite black that you see when you look into outer space, you have to remember, before there was your fucking love and light, there was your chaos and your black. The great Titan force that you cannot put it down, but it works with the system in the governance of divine providence. The great mother. They keep telling y'all that God is a man and you keep falling for this dumbass shit. This not possible because you are in a giant uterus. How do you know this? Black holes. The only place you can duplicate the universe is in the womb of the woman. The womb is a portal just like this universe. We are an expression of the mind of the great mother. That's why they always talking this love and compassion, because the love brought forth the fucking light. And the light agitated the fucking chaos, talking about this fucking order shit. So the war ensues. But we put it in physical terms so that you can understand the spiritual expression of the black. The black gonna always win because it was always here. The light is just a mitochondrial firing. That's it. Of the love response generated by the reverence of self within the great womb of the great mother Tawaret. So that you understand, when you talking about black history, you talking about the history of the portal of life that is the uterus of the great mother who sits on the 13th seat of the zodiac, and the all-seeing eye is her winking her uterus at you. And he who can master himself beget the respect of all of the mothers, receive the power of the great mother to relegate this power on earth. So as above, so below, they say. Don't fall for the bullshit. They gave it to you upside down and then they turned it around. So this twisted in your mind. The only way out is to go within, because once you know yourself, you can see through the bullshit. You cannot be deceived. There ain't nothing greater than the black that is within you, and it's expressed in melanin. But it don't make you better, because there is no walking, sentient, two-legged being that think and look like a human, whether they call themselves Asian, African, indigenous, aboriginal, Caucasian. It does not matter. You cannot survive if you don't have two critical factors in your biochemistry. Notice the word chemistry. This is black history. And these are mitochondria. Only the masters of the women can control it. And if they turn it on in an imbalanced man, it's going to fuck him up. So his 9-volt ass going to be overcharged by these 250,000 volt women. So you got to understand what you're dealing with. If you don't do your work, you in trouble. Your work entails you weeding out your bad aspects of yourself that's undesirable to yourself. In other words, if you see something in somebody that you don't like, ask yourself, is that in me? This is the only way. You goddamn right the woman is God. So this is how the woman is God. Creation is in the womb that we call the black, the noon. This is why the nuns wear the black robes, in honor of the Black Madonna who wears the white robe, which is the expression of the love that pierced through the darkness as the love and light. You have to understand where you come from if you're going to know what you about to become. Because you finna wake the fuck up, whether you want to or not, because the grid has been flipped. The sisters have been organized. The war has took place right under your fucking nose, played out in signs and symbols by these so-called Illuminati elites. I learned their language and whooped their ass at their own fucking game. But I didn't do it alone. And a damn fool would tell you they did it alone. There was many years and many masters to overcome a superior threat that we was never supposed to overcome. But on Earth, the Earth has a response according to the energy. The Earth is able to absorb it. So those who is of the Earth spirit has to absorb the pain and suffering in order to overthrow the one who causes the pain and suffering. We are tapping on the fabric of the universe by enduring the suffering. We get to see what method tactics he used. No matter what your skin color is, if you have the light of the true light, that shit gonna wake up. And anything that ain't of the true light ain't gonna stay here. It's gonna spontaneously erupt. The grid is flipped. The egos are gonna turn off because they are a aspect of negative conjure whose date has expired. The leveling up of the black. Now this is your black history lesson now. You gotta understand who and what the fuck you are. Every time we level up, that weak shit die. But we wake up stronger than all of the shit that preceded. There's no problem talking to nobody. So
Oh wow. I didn't think you was gonna add me. I've been sitting here waiting and waiting. What's going on? How are you? Peace and light to everybody.
I'm good. How you
I'm
doing?
good. I wanted to talk about of course Larry Hoover. I told you I went to school with his grandson. I went to school with his nephew. They were all just down there in LA or whatever. So I don't see him really talking too much about it, like, you know, going live and being able to spread the truth or whatever. And I just thought it was odd. But one question that I had for you was, I just went blank. That's crazy. It's crazy as heck. I just went blank.
So the reason why a lot of his family members are not saying anything in the open, and they got one spokesperson right now, and that's Larry Hoover
Right.
Jr. The rest of them, whatever he's saying, they all agree with him. If they didn't agree with him, they have to come out in the public and say they don't.
Right.
They're not gonna do that because they all agree with him. They know what's going on. They know what's at stake.
Wow.
And if his direct family, because little Larry he well secured, believe it or not, spiritually and physically.
Right.
But if the rest of his family decided to speak out, then they'll start trying to pay somebody that look like us to physically hurt them.
Uh-huh. That makes sense.
So his family on stand down, they got one front man.
Yeah, because he's on.
And that's Larry Hoover Jr. And he's speaking on behalf of the entire family. So whatever he's saying, the whole family is in on it, or they wouldn't be silent.
Right. Okay. Like I said, I just knew I always was different. You know what I'm saying? I just was trying to figure out, of course, at a young age, what it was. And again, like I went to school with Jeff Ford, his granddaughter, and like I didn't even know her from like a can of paint, and we had kind of, you know, began to build without her being able to tell me who her grandfather was. So obviously I had to put two and two together. And when I did, it was just like, man, when we exchanged numbers, again, they know who we are before we know who we are, right? So when me and her exchanged numbers, it had said BFF. And I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my best friend. Like, and to this day, we're still cool. We're still tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we build, of course, but it's just amazing.
Larry's family spokesperson is his daughter.
Okay.
I think her name's Amina.
Yeah, Amina Matthews. Me and her chopped it up,
Yeah.
and again at that time I didn't know her from nowhere, but it was like my spirit connected to hers automatically. And then like when me and her talked, it was like I've known her for years, and it was like a lot of questions that I had, it was already answered. Like it was crazy. It was just mind blowing. Like it was one of them like aha moments. Like you said, like all the answers are within us. We just got to go within ourselves to be able to go ahead and unlock those answers. That's just that.
Yep.
So it's unfortunate a lot of people in Chicago don't know what's going on, especially our youth, because they killing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a distraction.
It's not them. It's not them. It's the outsiders that's paying them to do it. They don't see what's going on yet. Outsiders are putting hits on people. This is so that they can keep up the confusion.
Yeah.
And then we not knowing no better, because Jeff and Larry can't come together in public and tell them, look, we ain't with that bullshit. Right. They lying to y'all. That's why they want to keep them buried 23 hours, 24 hours a day away from the public, where they can't communicate with nobody to tell them what's going on. Well, I'm out here, and I'm going to tell y'all what the fuck going on. Fuck them motherfuckers, and fuck the horse they rode in on.
Absolutely.
They brought the war. They brought the war to us. We didn't take it to them.
Yeah.
So since they brought the war to us, and since they finally let me say something, I'm not going to stop.
Absolutely.
I'm going to beat this motherfucker horse till that motherfucker dead for real. You know? And so that's what it is. So if you talk to Amina, tell her whenever she's ready, I'm ready.
I'll definitely do that. Like me and her, we click. So I'll definitely reach out for you. It's not a problem with me at all.
So tell her whenever she know what you're talking about. Show her one of the videos. He said whenever you're ready. Show her this one. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
I got you.
We get on this motherfucker and blow this bitch up. GD the motherfucking Peace Stone. We'll set this shit off. See, look, this is what people don't understand. My mama was the queen of the vice lords.
Wow. Okay.
In the 50s, they started out outlaw vice lord bikers. And my big mama, the one, told her how to get the power. My daddy, they called him Fork. He was the chief of the Blue Lodge out of Mississippi. All right. Now my daughter is a Peace Stone. I'm a G. I'm a GD. Right. My daughter been knowing I'm a GD all her life. She's still a Peace Stone. And all they friends be Stones. I be over in the house with them. We be chopping the game up. They be asking me questions and I be answering them. You know what I mean? Her brother, he the crown prince over there. I ain't gonna say his name because I ain't gonna put him out there to be attacked. Not. But he the crown prince. So when I told him it's time to get the chief out, he was like, bet. And he sent it up the chain of command. And they sent me the answer back down the chain of command. And here I am.
Yeah, I'm again I ain't gonna say his name, but I went to school with Amina Matthews' nephew. So it's like, it's so crazy. Like, I promise you, like, I don't even be looking for stuff, but like, I knew for a long time that I was different than my peers. Like, I just couldn't really pinpoint it. So it was like one of those, I had to walk like by myself. I just felt alone. I just felt like people didn't understand me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, my mama a whole minister. My mama a minister. And the saying is true. You got to unlearn what you have been learned. You know what I'm saying? That you have been taught, because I can't even put this stuff in words, y'all. Like, this stuff is deep.
I
This
already know
stuff
where you're
is
coming
deep,
from.
man. And I'm like, you know, I'm like the outcast, and I'm like, I feel like the black sheep for real, because a lot of people don't understand, don't understand where I'm coming from. You look at it like I'm crazy and all that stuff. I'm like, y'all don't even know the half. I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I want my people to wake up, but it's not my job to wake them up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that target. You feel what I'm saying? But I
Well,
definitely,
it's my job.
yeah, of course. But see, you know, with me, I want to do this sports. I want to be a sports journalist. So what's crazy is, she had told me that basically, you know, I don't belong. Like, spiritual people don't belong in the entertainment world or whatever. And I'm like,
Real spiritual people belong wherever the spirit lead
and
them to
that's what I
go.
was saying. I'm like, man, I love sports. Like, I've been that way for a long time.
Somebody always got an opinion about what you should do with your life when it comes to spirit. Everybody got an opinion, just like they got an asshole and all that shit stink.
True.
So what you do is be you, be yourself. Remember who the fuck you is, stand in your power. Whether you a sports commentator, a trash man, you know what I mean? It don't matter. As long as you got pride in what you
Yeah.
doing. And you, because what they're not realizing that that's just an art form.
It
It's an
was my
art
way of
form.
expressing myself.
Yeah. So when you stifle the art, you stifle the spirit, because the spirit speaks to us mostly in the art. This is why so many messages come through the music. Even if you don't know what you write. Like, I write shit, I write rhymes, and I know what the fuck I be saying. I ride for Larry Hoover in this motherfucking first verse. You thought he was bad? This nigga is worse. Well trained with the mind of a platinum back general. I'm looking at these niggas looking scary and pitiful. Now they claim to be G's, but they knocking at their knees, never knowing in the game real niggas don't freeze. Real G's regroup. We come back with a new plan, overcome obstacles, and bond for the
You
real
speak.
fam. Well, here I am, motherfuckers. I'm ready to roll all out and hold down the front line as Satan snatch my soul out. No doubt, I lean on my own mind, the soldier, the general, and platinum with my own spine. All the time, them niggas in the background mumbling, they front line fumbling. They talking about Larry and these motherfucking
Man,
numbers and never take the time to understand real freedom takes a real plan, organized action. It's thoughts for a
you
free
speak.
man. I ride for black leaders, all the shakers and movers. I'm going to ride for Jeff Ford like I ride for Larry Hoover. You
You
understand what I'm
speak.
saying?
I feel
I
that. I
know.
feel that. That's crazy. You got bars, like, for real. Like, and man, I don't know how I found you, Rod, but the spirit definitely led me to you. And I followed your, you know, this page as well as your other page. And I'm like, man, like, I'm honored. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm really honored. I just know I'm on the right path, and I just gotta continue to put my right foot in front of my left. That's it. Like, cause nothing else.
Yeah. So my daughter trying to get me to Chicago for Christmas. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
You
So
should.
but
I wish
when I get
come up
down
here. I ain't
there,
gonna lie. Like, we could really build. Like, I could really tell you, like, how I really feel, and like really connect you to them people. Like I told you, like, for real, for real. And that on some, you
we know what's
know what
up.
I'm saying, whole different level. Like, off this, like, for real. So I'm gonna send you my information, and then we can go from there. Like, if you're really serious about coming here, let me know. Like, for real.
I come to Chicago all
For
the
real.
time. Yeah.
We got a link.
Shit, I be out in the wild hundreds. I be down on the
Look
low
at
end.
you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm,
Hanging out in I be hanging out in Motown.
and that's what look. That's where most of my people from. Inglewood.
Yeah, you know.
My mom, my daddy.
Yep.
Look, my mom and my daddy were high
That's where
school.
I got blessed in
Look, my mom
Inglewood. I got
my
blessed
high
in
school for 20
Inglewood.
something years. The stuff that I like I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna show you this one. I'm gonna say this one story, and I'm gonna be done with it. Like, my mama worked in Inglewood High School. It was this guy. His name was Maurice Davis. He ended up getting killed. and he would have been like the next LeBron James. Excuse me. And that he led.
I think I know you're talking about coming out the store.
No. He was coming out of Inglewood High School, and he was protecting his sister or whatever from her boyfriend at the time. And he basically beat the boyfriend up in school. And when he got out of school, the boyfriend ended up shooting him and killing him in front of the school. So he was the one that.
But we don't got school shootings though,
right?
Because they never hit the news.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you hear DJ Quick? He say school shoot. Compton's got in Compton they shoot up schools too. They cruise through, some wearing red, wondering who's blue. Look, but we don't get no news coverage for our school shooting.
We don't. But you know what? Honestly, that did make the news back then. It made the news, but it wasn't like all over. You know what I'm saying? It was local. It was local. But when I tell you, like, he would have been the next LeBron James, and his brother ended up living out his dream. His brother name is DeAndre Liggins. I don't know if you guys may be familiar with who he is, but he ended up living out his brother's dreams. He ended up going to the league. He ended up going to Kentucky with John Wall. He ended up playing with okay.
Right. They altering the frequency, and the frequency and the pitch is what determines what the visual cortex will perceive. Right. Now let's get to the little boy.
Hey, before you get to the little boy, because I got to give you the other pieces. So when you get to the little boy, you can say, "Oh, okay, all right." Let's go. You got the twin shit down. All right, so like, and you got this part down, and you made a connection with the Matrix, saying with these different things. Okay, so what this computer was to do is, and I know for a fact that this computer exists in real life, cause I know a girl I used to date a long time ago. Her sister worked on this computer. She got a doctor's degree from Maryland University in computer science, and she was in the Air Force. She retired from the Air Force, but she ended up going to work for the NSA, these people. And she said she worked on this computer. And right, look, at her house, I stayed at her house a whole week, and I was still finding rooms at the end of the last day that I was there. That's how big her house was. And in the backyard, they had like a bullet train system that they could get on and go to work. And it just bullet them right into this place underground. But they got this computer, right? And so what it was doing to speed up, to give you that synopsis, what it was doing, this computer collects data through the social media outlets like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it, whatever website. Go ahead. What's
critical to understanding the reach of the computer network is the origin of the internet. Modern internet was put together by Operation Paperclip scientists and melanated scientists from over here for military usage to communicate in far distances on the planet.
That's right.
So even though they say that everything is, people got independent websites, the root to it is owned by military.
That's right.
The military industrial complex owns the entirety of the global internet. I don't care where it's at.
Go ahead.
In several underground bunkers, what we call bomb shelters, there is internet shutoff and override switches. They're not the same. The shutoff switch will shut the entire internet off.
Go ahead.
Military been had this shit. This ain't nothing new. But they also got what's called an override. If you go to the movie 1984, if you go to the movie V for Vendetta, you keep seeing that the head of state keep popping up on everybody's screen. No matter what they own, no matter what they listening to, it's been taken over. We call it over here the EBS, Emergency Broadcast System, that comes across the EBN, Emergency Broadcast Network. What we don't know about it is, I don't give a damn what you own. It overrides everything if it's some real shit. It overrides your telephone, your TV, your radio. The only thing that you can get past with it is every channel of shortwave is not incorporated into the EBS.
Like two-way walkie-talkies, like the little.
No, that's called citizen band radio.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about shortwave radio. We don't even know about shortwave no more because most of us don't know about the time when AM was the main station and shortwave was the backup.
Go ahead.
People used to broadcast from their neighborhood for their neighborhood concerts on short band radio, and they could use the lowest settings on the AM is the highest settings on the shortwave. The lowest settings on the FM is the highest settings on the AM. You see how it works?
Yeah.
It's called a tiered system. These are all layers of frequency that's all flying through the air right now.
Go ahead.
Then you got citizen band radio, which is direct communication by two radios being able to reach the same frequency and broadcast one to the other. And this is where you get CB lingo being used by the police.
Go ahead.
They use the same lingo a lot of times as truckers. And it's no coincidence that all these truckers is about the main trucker union is calling for a strike if they ain't already striking.
Hey, that brings up another part of this thing, because I'm writing down questions that I'm gonna ask you later, because about what you're talking about, right? About the as we keep going through the breakdown, because so this computer is collecting all that data, right? Storing it up.
Yeah.
And then it's making a collective, it's making its own mind up based off of all these different, the information that it collect, what you eat, what you like, how you think, how your emotions, how can like you up and down, like the whole nine, they like your blood type, everything. They got all this in the file, right? This computer. And so as a collective, it's collecting all these different people that got their pages on these different social medias. It's collecting a pretty much a mental social construct from these people to create its own mind, and it's gonna base and run the government off of that, right? All right, now. Okay, so one of the twins was working on the machine for the Air Force or whatever, right? And one of the twins wasn't in the Air Force. He just was a guy that was I can't remember.
A civilian.
Yeah, he was just a regular civilian, right? His twin was a civilian. His other guy worked for the Air Force. Now,
where else did that story of two twins, one civilian, one in the military, play out at?
That's a good question. I don't know.
The first movie, Avatar. When you go back to the first movie, Avatar, you had the brother that was in the wheelchair, and his brother was his twin, got killed in combat. And so they needed him because the only way you had to be genetically compatible with the Avatar. That's the first